If you want to listen to all of the episodes from this series right now and ad-free, plus a whole host of extra fan club benefits, head to museumofpopculture.supportingcast.fm. Welcome back to part 2 of the rise and slight fall of the Spice Girls. When we left them, we discovered how the band was formed. The iconic lineup was finally almost complete as Baby Spice attempted to get off a train at Maidenhead Station. Coming up in this episode, we find out about the girls and their incredible pre-fame flatshare, and their ambitions lead them to make a crucial last-minute management change.
Time to meet our studio guests, 5 girls who for years were knocking on the doors of recording studios.
Eventually they decided to get together, live together and form an all-girl power pop group themselves.
They're heading for the big time. They're called Spice Girls and they join us on the sofa for tea. Welcome to the list.
Hello.
Hello, Spice Girls.
Hiya.
Now,
Wow.
Jay, you got the new single
Yeah, that's
out
right.
a week today,
That is
called
true.
Wannabe. High hopes?
Oh, very extreme high hopes. Maybe a bit, I don't know, we're trying to be realistic about it, but we are optimistic as well.
Suzi, we're on the platform at Maidenhead Station.
Oh my gosh, I thought this day would never come.
Exactly. It's one of the great kind of pop moments in history. It's one of the great historical moments. They are waiting for Emma Bunton to get off the train. They want to see what she looks like. They want to see what she's like. Jerry's in mother mode.
Mm-hmm.
So we said hi and she said hi. We're all conscious of being extra polite. What with it being our first meeting? What a really nice girl, I thought to myself. Not my kind of girl, but nice and sweet. Not my words, Suze, the words of Metal B.
I mean, I just love how honest she is.
She's very honest, isn't she?
You know what you're getting with Mel B.
You do, and that is absolutely rinsed. So, Emma turns up and they all live in the house together. That must be weird because one's moved out and you've come in on a 6-week trial.
And do you think she's sharing with Victoria, or do you think they gave her her own room?
I think she's sharing with Victoria because no one could be in a room with Jerry because she's unbearable, according to Mel B.
Oh yeah, that's true. Crikey.
But they soon are a gang. We had to live on a strict budget, according to Jerry. Once a week, we all trooped down to Sainsbury's and bought our weekly shopping. We tended to each have our own food because our tastes were so different. Do you want to guess what Emma Baby Spice ate, according to Jerry?
Like just beans on toast or something like that.
More on the nose. What would Baby Spice eat?
Oh my God, like baby food.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, that can't be right. That's so weird.
She would buy dozens of little jars of stewed apple and custard.
Oh, that's grim.
Do you think that is grim?
Yeah, I think that's really grim. Do you not?
I don't know, because surely they're good for you, because they're for babies. I don't eat it, just to be clear. That isn't me trying to smuggle in that I'm having a few Ella's pouches to keep me going. Well, let's see if you think this is grim. Mel B said none of us shut the bathroom door, even when we were on the toilet.
Oh.
Whether we were having a wee or a poo, we'd leave the cubicle doors open so that we could look at each other in the mirror and chat.
Wow.
Do you like that? Would you be happy to be in this? No?
No, I think that's really
I
grim.
think you're too uptight to be a Spice Girl, Suzi.
Yeah, probably. I'm quite highly strung.
You're worried about Victoria Beckham sucking her thumb, Emma's eating baby food, Mel B's having a shit while looking you dead in the eyes.
Oh, gosh, fine. It sounds like a great weekend.
One by one, we admitted I'd never do this back home. None of us had ever been to the toilet in front of our mates before.
It's such a strange thing to share. Like, I wonder what Mel B thought she was telling us by telling us this.
They're so close.
They're like sisters.
Would you stand and chat to Tom Allen while he was sat on the toilet?
No. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, no.
No?
No.
You don't think that is the height of being friends?
No, I don't. I think it's the lowest point of being friends.
Okay. How about this? Sometimes Jerry and I went to bed on a Saturday afternoon, woke up at around 2 a.m, got dressed and went on an all-nighter at Ministry of Sound. So far, so good?
Oh yeah, it's quite fun.
We used to drive down the motorway with our boobs out for a laugh.
As I said in the last episode, it was a tit-heavy time.
It was a tit-heavy time.
THT.
So you're happy with that? Would you have done that with your friends?
I mean, I think, yeah, boobs, whatever.
Boobs, whatever.
I think my friends have seen my boobs, some of them. I wouldn't be that fussed.
It was hysterical until we noticed a weird guy driving alongside us with a manic grin on his face. Oh my God, Jerry, he looks like he's wanking. I refuse to believe the physics of this.
Because not enough people had automatics.
He can't have his hand on both gear sticks, can he?
Do you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to get into fifth?
He's going past them on the motorway. He pulls up. As he's passing, he looks to the left. They're both there, baps out. It's a THT.
It's a THT.
And he thinks, I'll take my chance.
Yeah.
Carry on at this exact pace and start wanking.
If you can't work out the physics of it, you know, how am I going to?
I wouldn't do it myself. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. I think the man is a pervert and he's locking up. Just to be very clear, before it sounds like I'm a victim shaming. So, what's the next thing they do, Susie? They've seen off Michelle.
They've got their baps out. They've gone to Ministry of Sound.
They get rid of Chris and Bob as well.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Now, is this where Simon Fuller comes in?
Yeah, do you feel sad for Chris?
Chris kicked it off, but I don't know that we can say that Chris started the idea of a band.
He invented the idea of a band.
Because that was shampoo.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, similar to Michelle, I don't know whether Chris and Michelle are meeting up and talking it out. I mean, are you going to tell me in a bit what Chris ended up doing?
Yeah, so shall I take you through it? Because Chris did find a kindred spirit who'd lost out in the story of the Spice Girls. So Chris and Bob, and it's kind of their problem, right? They won't sign the Spice Girls at this stage. They've put them in this house, but they haven't signed them to a contract yet.
Mm-hmm.
After 5 months, the group asks if they can do a showcase for like record labels and stuff. It's a huge success, and there's like a buzz around the band, right? Chris's girlfriend Shelley styles them for this, and they all think Shelley's amazing. Do you want to know why?
Why?
She is a buyer for Sock Shop.
Wow. I mean, that is, again, dates it, doesn't it?
It dates it. So after the success of the showcase, they then offer to sign them to a contract, and the band are like, well. Look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah.
You didn't want to sign us. And that night they have a meeting in the bedroom and they read through the contract and discover that Bob and Chris want 25% of everything.
No.
I'd say that's about what I'd expect, isn't it, or not?
There's 5 of them.
Yeah.
That means they're all working for like 10%. Well, no, that only takes up to 75, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that was
13%.
15%.
15%.
Yeah, it's not enough. So the girls carry on rehearsing but delay signing the contract, right? They don't just say no, they delay it.
They're playing hardball.
They play hardball. And then Jerry says, on the first Sunday in May, I have a phone call from Bob at 6 p.m.
Would that be May Day?
It is May Day, yes. So
Mayday, we're not signing the contract.
We're not signing the contract. She'd just come back from doing, they did a totem pole thing outside.
Yeah, of course.
They'd done that.
The Morris dancers.
I imagine in Maidenhead it is quite a big deal. He wanted to know why we hadn't signed the new contract. I tried to wangle my way out of answering, but he wouldn't be fobbed off. Chick had started to suspect. I want this contract signed today, okay? So, what do the girls do? They make a run for it, Susie.
Love it. A heist.
We did a midnight flip from the house.
No, that is so exciting.
It is so exciting, isn't it? Well, it was more 9 p.m. flip, but that doesn't sound quite as dramatic.
True.
Off we went to stay at Richie's house in St Albans, where Jerry had to sleep on a bed frame that had no mattress. Poor old Jezza.
Whoa, Jerry.
She's always getting absolutely done.
Who's Richie? Have I forgotten who Richie is?
It must be something to do with Mel B. I don't know. You know, Richie's place in the history of the Spice Girls is that he had a bed without a mattress, bed frame.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Just sleep on the floor. How much advantage is the frame?
I feel like the frame would make it much, much more painful, especially if it was a slatted one.
Yeah, because it's got gaps. A
Yeah.
floor is a floor. Just put some cushions on the floor. So they've not signed a contract, right?
Is that a poem?
What?
A floor is a floor. Just put some cushions on the floor.
Exactly. It was one of their early lyrics. So at this point, Suze, they haven't signed the contract. But what they have done is they have been doing recordings by this point.
So they're going to the studio.
So they're the master recordings of Wannabe and Two Become One are at the studio. So Jerry hatches a plan to retrieve the recordings and steal them. Or not steal them if you presume them to be theirs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tricky. Well, who wrote the songs?
The Spice Girls wrote them with a pair of songwriters,
Right.
who we will come to, Matt and Biff.
Matt and Biff. Of course, Biff famous from the kids' books.
It's not Biff from Back to the Future, who travelled back in time to find some hits. Victoria writes in her autobiography, I don't know how she managed to get it. This is of Jerry. Everything was so Bonnie and Clyde. She had it hidden in her knickers in case Bob and Chris gave chase. Isn't that exciting? The thought of wannabe and two become one in Jerry Halliwell's knickers as she steals them.
It's a real heist.
It's much more adventurous than you imagined the birth of the Spice Girls, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know if we'd get that today.
No.
That's because everything's digital.
Exactly. That's the sad... people talk about the changes of digital, but one of the sad consequences is no longer are we hiding recordings in our knickers.
Yes.
And so Chris insists to this day that he holds no resentment towards the Spice Girls.
Yeah. Through gritted teeth.
He says, though, it opened every door in the industry, and he got to work with Simon Cowell because Cowell was feeling pissed off because the Spice Girls had turned down him on signing and they'd gone to Virgin instead. So Cowell and Chris came together over being done over by the Spice Girls, and they put together 5.
Okay.
Which to me doesn't feel as good.
No, I simply won't have that.
What? 5?
Don't tell Alex Brooker.
Chris says 5 sold 12 million albums around the world. I went from success to success from then on, and it was good for my career. Do you want to hear a 5 fact, Susie? That will blow your mind.
There was 5 of them.
There was 5 of them. Thank you very much. Yes, there we go. Yeah. They got offered Baby One More Time, and they turned it down because they thought it was shit.
Insane.
So he went on to do 5. He did Bewitched.
Right.
And he did Hearsay as well.
Oh, wow.
So he's got a good old career, Chris Herbert.
Yeah, what's Chris Herbert doing now?
I imagine hanging around with people who are around 90. Things are still going at the same way.
Yeah.
So the Spice Girls then have to go out and look for new management. We bombed around London, exploding into offices. This is so exciting, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't just go for meetings. They go around London and they go into offices, in Mel B's words, the ones that would let us in anyway, with a tape of Wannabe, and they put it on the music system, shout, come on, and jump on the tables. Mel C does a backflip. Victoria flashes her legs. Emma jumps up and down. We all bounced around like maniacs for a couple of minutes, singing and dancing, and then Jerry would introduce us and explain why we're there. It was great. They didn't know what hit them. I think it's safe to say that no one we have ever spiced has forgotten the experience.
Oh, I love it.
You used to actually manage yourselves, didn't you, before you got a manager?
This is true.
So who was the group leader then amongst the 5 of you?
Oh, well, the thing is, everybody's stronger in different areas, so we'd have a different leader every day, kind of thing. But Jerry's quite bossy.
It's so exciting. So they then go and meet Simon Fuller at 19 Management. They say, it only took a few sentences. What do you girls want? He said, I'm here to listen to your story. I know your music already, so tell me what you envisage for your future. We want to be an international band. We want to take over the world. We want to make a film. We want to be a household name bigger than Purcell Automatic, says Victoria. I did some research, Susie.
Oh, right.
Who earned more in the 2 years of the Spice Girls, Purcell or the Spice Girls?
Oh, probably Purcell.
It was. They were never as big as Purcell. They were never as big as Purcell. Most importantly, we want to be ourselves, we said. Kids can see through bullshit. So the band signs with Simon and he gets them a record deal at Virgin Records. It is exciting, isn't it, at this stage?
It is exciting. And do you know what? I think they were such an antidote to that sort of Blur and Oasis thing of always being cool.
Yes.
They weren't cool. They were the people that wanted it the most.
That's so true. Being famous is almost a thing you can't say you want. But the Spice Girls literally did say they wanted to be famous.
Yeah, they said we want to be massive.
I mean, Oasis said they wanted to be massive, but they didn't say they wanted to be famous. They said they wanted to be the biggest band, which is a very different thing, I think.
Well, yeah, and also they were so moody and there was so much attitude, whereas the Spice Girls didn't have any of that. They were unashamedly going for it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that all of those indie bands that were so big at the same time, of course they cared, but the point was to look like you didn't.
Exactly. Whereas the Spice Girls cared so much. Do you think at this stage you'd have enjoyed being in the Spice Girls, or would you not enjoy that kind of level of...
I don't think I'd like that sort of fame.
But you'd happily have Mel B shit in your company?
Well, listen, I've always said that, and this podcast won't change it. But, I mean, I don't think I would have got into the Spice Girls. I think that I'm too...
Well, you were 10.
Worried about what people think. Well, I was 10,
exactly.
but I don't have that. I think there's a great skill in being sort of shameless.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I live in a bubble of anxiety and shame. That's sort of...
Well, exactly, and that's why we love
my
you.
way.
Exactly, and that's why you'll never become one of the greatest selling pop stars of all time.
And you know what? And I think that's right.
Have you made your peace with that?
I think I have, yeah.
Just about.
The same way I had to make my peace with the fact that I'll never be in the Forbes 30 under 30.
Exactly.
I've had to accept it.
Yeah. The day of signing to Virgin Records, they're still playing other record companies along, so they go and get pissed on a boat party in the Thames, financed by London Records in a last-ditch attempt to sign them.
Oh, that's fun.
And then Virgin are waiting for them to arrive to sign their contracts. And they send along instead 5 blow-up dolls from Ann Summers, spray-painted with their hair colours, in a limo to sign the contract.
That's fun.
I don't want to push it, but there's an element of like, this is too far. But there is an element of like the Sex Pistols and punk about the Spice Girls before they were famous. Just in their absolute not giving a fuck about record companies.
The thing was, they totally backed themselves. They genuinely believed that whoever had them were really lucky.
And that's why I couldn't be in the Spice Girls, because I couldn't back myself. I'd be like, shit, if we send across the dolls, maybe they'll get angry and then they won't sign us. And then this will all be over. But they're like, fuck it, let's send the dolls.
I would say that you and I are both very grateful.
Yes. A little too grateful?
I don't know. I feel very grateful. But, you know, there are people that we both know who really back themselves, whether they are massive names or not. Whereas my vibe's always been, God, I feel really lucky to be here. Thanks for coming to the show.
I'm not good enough for this. There's a mistake here.
I'm delighted that I'm here. This is so fun.
Yeah.
Rather than, you're lucky to be watching me. But I think that they really believed in girl power.
What would happen with me is I'd go, shall we go on the boat party with London Records? And then I'd go, I feel bad now I've done the boat party. We're going to have to sign with London Records, even though we were going to sign with Virgin Records.
Yeah,
and then I'd be too scared of telling Virgin Records. So I'd end up signing with both of them.
And that's how Josh became a bigamist.
Exactly. And I stand by it. And on the day they got signed the record deal, Mel C says that Victoria, this doesn't fit in character, got so drunk that her knickers went out of a limo window and she fell asleep at the dinner table.
It doesn't feel like the Victoria we now know and love, but sure. Victoria Adams, different girl.
Different girl. So Simon Fuller takes them over. Simon Fuller is one of the most successful people in their industry that you could ever imagine. Mm-hmm. So his career begins in 1981 at Chrysalis Music, where he signed Holiday, Madonna's first hit, to the company.
Oh my God.
Then he sets up his own company called 19 Management because he managed Paul Hardcastle that did that song, 19, about the Vietnam War. You know that song?
Yeah.
And then he signs Kathy Dennis, right? In the late 80s.
Kathy Dennis sounds like someone from the 50s.
Kathy Dennis, yeah. Well, you might not have heard of Kathy Dennis, right? She was a pop star briefly in the 80s. He wanted her to be a pop puppet and give her songs and stuff. She declines, says, I want to write all my own songs. So he goes, fine. And she is still signed to him as a songwriter. She's written Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue, Toxic by Britney Spears, and I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry.
Wow. Good on her.
What I like about him is he seems like one of the, he's not like, you do what I tell you. So with the Spice Girls, he was like, what do you want? And then with like Kathy Dennis, he kind of adapts to what she does. Annie Lennox, right, signs with him as a solo artist. They've never had a contract. She said, I'm not on his roster. He doesn't need me financially. He lets me do whatever I want. I don't know any other manager that would stand for that.
I didn't realise he was such a cool guy.
Such a cool dude, right?
Yeah.
You kind of picture him as this kind of awful kind of you do as I say guy.
Well, yeah, because didn't they leave him as well?
They do leave him, yeah.
Right. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
Yeah, no, but that's all right. You can have knowledge.
I think it's in the press.
Do you know what?
I don't think it's a spoiler.
No, and I don't think anyone's going, oh, for fuck's sake, they leave Simon Fuller. Let's fuck this podcast off. I was only interested in them when they were with Simon Fuller.
Yeah, that's true.
So he sends them straight on holiday to Hawaii.
What, to Bond?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Maybe I would have been in the Spice Girls. I'd love to go to Hawaii.
You'd love to go to Hawaii. But on the first afternoon, the hotel manager comes across to them at the pool and asks them to leave because he doesn't believe they're staying there because it's such a posh place. So Jerry and Mel B go for Christmas in Gran Canaria together. Bear in mind, this is currently, they are signed to Virgin Records. This is the start of the year when the Spice Girls go massive, yeah?
Okay.
They spend all their money at the beginning of the holiday, and then they have to get jobs as podium dancers for £10 a night to finance their holiday.
Oh, my gosh. So this is the end of 95?
Yeah. So they start the year when they're going to become massive, running out of money on holiday and becoming podium, like they're on Race Around the World or whatever it's called, and they've had they've mismanaged their finances. Yeah,
but you never see Dougie from McFly and his mum dancing with podium dancers.
Really extreme episode of Race Across the World. So it's 1996. John Major's in his last full year as Prime Minister. This is the year Take That split up. It's the year Diana and Charles divorce. Mm-hmm. It's the year Madonna becomes a mother for the first time. So pop is changing, Susie. The band shoot the video to Wannabe. Do you know where they shot it? You'll know the hotel, that one in King's Cross.
Yeah, I've been there. I've gone and had my photos taken on those steps, of course.
Have you, you saddo?
Josh, you're saying this like you haven't known me for 15 years. Yes, I'm a saddo.
What pose were you doing on the hotel steps?
What do you think?
Were you doing the V for Victory sign?
Yeah, V for Victory. But that was more to do with Winston Churchill.
Yeah, of course. You always do. You always do that. Ever since 1945, you've done that. You've got to get over the Second World War, Susie.
I was standing with my legs astride, peace fingers, girl power.
Yeah, perfect. Do you know why the video was banned in Asia?
Oh, is it something really...
I think you might not want to mention this, but it is prominent in the video.
Okay, go on.
Mel B's got incredibly erect nipples throughout.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Oh, come on, Susie.
No, I didn't know that was why it was banned.
Were you aware of that from the video?
I mean, now that you've said it, I'm like, oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure teenage me.
There was a reason that I was texting into the box.
There was a reason. I've always had a soft spot for Mel.
So, yeah, because she's wearing like a kind of vest top with no bra. And
yeah,
you can
and
see
it's like lime green.
It's lime green. Oh, yeah. Now we both knew it. Neither of us wanted to say
remember.
it.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so it was shot on a cold night in April, and that meant it was banned in Asia. They released Wannabe. It charts at number 3. They'd written this with these guys, Matt and Biff. Mm-hmm. It took 20 minutes to write in a kind of creative frenzy. Instantly, they had a feeling they knew it was good. Matt stayed up all night working on the track, and Biff found him snuggled up in a sleeping bag on the vocal booth floor the next morning, with a post-it notes stuck to the decks saying, "Press play."
That's so cool.
It's so cool, isn't it?
I love it.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends.
It's very, boys, you've just recorded your number 1 when they said that to the Beatles. It's that moment where there's loads of those moments where I imagine in real life where that's happened and the person's pressed play and they've gone, oh, it's not good, is it?
Yeah, that's terrible. I hate it.
Yeah, oh, God. A month before the single releases it, right? The song's released to DJs, so they play it in nightclubs and disco, and it's on radio weeks before release, and there's a huge buzz. And the record company think they've got a hit on their hands. It's released July 1996, enters the chart at number 3. The number 1 and number 2 are Gary Barlow's Forever Love. Ugh. And the Fugees' Killing Me Softly, which is an absolute banger.
Yeah, that's an absolutely brilliant song.
So the band perform on Richard and Judy. Exciting. Mel B has her tongue pierced the day before and had to mime with a swollen tongue.
Oh, no.
She adds, and this is a problem because we know what they get up to. I also had severe piles and I couldn't cough or laugh.
What do you mean we know what they get up to?
But if she's got piles and they're watching her have a shit,
Oh, I see.
it's not the play. I wasn't saying, Susie, I wasn't suggesting
Well,
they
no,
were
I
doing
didn't know
anything.
what you were talking about. My mum used to tell me when I was little that I'd get piles if I sat on the cold floor.
Well, yeah, that's what I've heard. Maybe she got it on that cold night in the King's Cross Hotel. It wasn't just her nipples. She sat down between takes. Before she knew it, she's dealing with her piles.
Oh,
She's
my
got
God.
a big fat tongue. She's got piles. She's on Richard and Judy. And she's at the height of her powers. She's about to go in at number 3.
That's huge.
They get sent to Japan to try and break the Asian market. And while in Tokyo, Wannabe goes to number 1.
Massive.
Jerry says, I drank enough to get tipsy and feel a little sad. I didn't want to be on the other side of the world. I wanted to be at home. This isn't as pure a thought as you think it's going to be.
Oh, okay.
This was the moment I had been waiting for. My ultimate revenge on all those people who had dumped, doubted and ridiculed me.
Oh, right, okay. Sure. So she wanted to be home so she could really rub it in their faces.
Really rub it in their fucking stupid faces. I'll show you. Even if you've thought that, I don't know whether you should be committing it to print.
Was that in her book?
Yeah.
I feel like an editor should have read that and said, are you sure you want to say it quite like this?
Because she says I was also my way of saying thank you to all those people who'd supported and encouraged me. But that feels like an afterthought.
That
too.
feels like the editor has written, you know, when they put the little notes on the side, maybe something
Yeah.
positive here too, question mark?
I wanted to see them to see me. Oh, this is quite a sad sentence. I wanted them to see me so I could say, look at me. I did good. I told you so. And maybe there's a huge level of self-awareness to Jerry sharing that.
Sure.
But there we go. It goes to number 1 for 7 weeks in the UK. Sells 4.5 million copies. Reaches number 1 in 31 countries. Fastest and biggest selling single by an all-female group in the UK ever, still to this day.
Hi, we're the Spice Girls, and we're number 1. See us later on Top of the Pops.
But then, fame, fatal fame, Susie. And stories start to get released about the band. So what stories do you think are going to get released?
I remember the fact that Jerry had done page 3.
So Jerry did page 3, that was released. There was the story about Victoria Beckham being a roller skating sperm.
Sure, of course.
There was a kiss and tell about Mel B. Mel B's mum said, well, at least they're saying you're good in bed, not crap.
You can see where Mel gets it from, can't you?
Yeah, do you know what? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. There's this great story as well, which I didn't know about, where a Sun journalist accompanies Mel C to meet her just-discovered half-sister Emma in Llandudno.
Right.
And once the photographers have gone, the siblings spend some time alone together on the beach, and they see some boys who've bullied Emma, right? Because they thought she was lying about having a Spice Girl as a sister. So Mel C goes up to them and proper scouse is like, all right.
I think Mel C does seem like the biggest legend.
She's the biggest legend.
I think Emma seems cool as well. And actually Mel B.
The Spice Girls nicknames are created by, at this point, by Top of the Pops journalist Peter Lorraine, Posh Baby, Scary, Sporty Ginger. So they're basically in the office. I simply said it would be a good idea if they had some nicknames. The girls liked the ideas, so I had an editorial meeting back at the office. And about the 4 of us started thinking of names. We laughed the most when we came up with Scary. Jennifer Cawthron, who was also from Leeds, came up with that one because Mel was so loud and had tried to take over the whole photo shoot. And those kind of stuck. It's kind of that thing where you come up with something, but you don't get anything. There's no money for coming up with the Spice Girls nicknames,
No.
but it is a huge part of history.
Yeah, massively.
And their other thing is girl power, which comes along. So you thought who came up with girl power?
I just thought it might have been something that was sort of said in an interview, whether it was something that was it something that the record label came up with then? Was it a branding thing or was it an accidental thing that stuck?
It was Jerry. Jerry came
Was
up
it?
with the concept of girl power. Have you ever used your girl power to get what you want? I asked the girls. Mel C looked at me uncertainly. You do know what girl power is, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's feminism.
Yeah, it's called it's tapping
Have you heard of
into...
Simone de Beauvoir?
Well, we know the answer to that, Susie.
No.
It's tapping into your inner resources to help you achieve your goals. If a girl has brains of femininity and, most importantly, inner strength and determination, then, my dears, she has a very deadly weapon. I don't know whether Jerry would have said that.
I don't know if she would have said, my dears.
She's quoted herself as saying "my dears," but I don't know whether she did say it.
Sure.
Mel B says, feminist is the wrong word for it. In brackets, I didn't really understand what it meant until Jerry explained the history of the suffragettes, close brackets.
Maybe they did need Jerry.
Maybe they did need Jerry. Mel C says, we started out as a girl band, wanting to get on stage, wanting to have some fun, wanting to travel, wanting to meet people. And we were faced with sexism quite quickly. The quintet were told that girl bands didn't sell records or magazines because the girls who bought them wanted boy bands. So that was where the mission began. We were like, you know what? We want to be a girl band for girls. We have to prove a point. So that's the origin of girl power, really.
Yeah.
And Jerry was central to it. Jerry's a big thinker. I think that is one thing. Jerry has good ideas and bad ideas, but she has good ideas. She has ideas.
We all remember the album Scream If You Want to Go Faster.
Yeah, exactly. One thing you can't say about Jerry Halliwell is she's short of ideas.
No, she's an ideas person.
So then the second single, Say You'll Be There. You remember the video for that one?
Of course, that was probably one of my favourite songs of theirs.
Was it?
Yeah, they're in the desert and they're throwing sort of spherical things and they're exploding. It's great.
Giving you everything, all that joy can bring. This I swear, I'll give you everything. And all that I want from you is a promise you will be there. Say we'll be there.
So that enters the charts at number 1, stays there for 2 weeks, is in the charts for 17 weeks.
Wow.
Here's a fact I didn't know. The harmonica, you know there's a bit of harmonica on that one?
Yeah.
It's played by the same person that played the harmonica on Karma Chameleon.
Wow. And do you know whose idea it was to get him? Jerry Halliwell's.
Jerry Halliwell, she's an ideas man. She's an ideas woman. Sorry, how dare I? Judd Lander, to give him his name. So Judd Lander.
Shout out.
And can I just say, always great names in the industry. We've got Chick Murphy, we've got the Herberts, we've got Judd Lander, we've got Biff. November 96, their debut album Spice is released. Instantly enters the UK at charts at number 1. It's there for 9 weeks. Sells 1.8 million units. By Christmas, 6 times platinum. I don't understand what platinum means, but it's good.
It's really good.
By the end of March 97, it has sold 20 million worldwide.
People couldn't even dream of selling that these days, could they? Well, I suppose it's
No.
so different because it's streaming.
Oh, our good friend Sabrina's not selling 20 million records. And
She's not your friend. She's not your friend. She doesn't know who you are. Even though you're quite famous, she doesn't know who you are.
She might know who I am.
Okay.
What do you think the chances are?
Yeah, Josh. I think Sabrina Carpenter definitely knows who you are.
She might be a fan of The Last Leg.
I think she's a huge fan of The Last Leg.
I put up a post about her topping my Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
I did list her as a collab, but she hasn't okayed yet.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Why no one knows?
You know what? You are shameless enough to be a Spice Girl.
That's not embarrassing. It's a bit of playful fun.
Oh, I think it's deeply cringe.
Do you?
Asking Sabrina Carpenter to collab, and then she'll go on your page and she'll be like, "Oh, he's quite famous."
She won't.
What about if she speaks to Barry Koenig and he watched The Last Leg?
I don't think they're still speaking.
You don't know.
I don't know. December 1996. They win Smash Hits Awards.
Of course.
They're huge by now. It's 6 months in. They're massive.
Also, do you remember watching the Smash Hits Awards? It looked like so much fun.
It looked absolutely brilliant.
Now it's time for the first award of the day. So here are the nominees for Best New Act.
At 5, it's Peter Andre. At 4, it's them Backstreet Boys. At 3, it's 3T. 2, it's 911.
But here at 1, they're live and they don't know what they want. It's the Spice Girls.
Best New Act of the Smash Hits 1996. Congratulations, girls.
Thank you very much. We know we're all mad, and now we know you're winners.
Girl power. Girl
Spice
power.
Girls, yes.
The Spice Girls.
They win Best Group, Best New Act, Best Pop Video. Say You'll Be There. 2 Become One goes straight into the Christmas chart. Holds the number 1 spot for 3 weeks. Staying in the chart for 19 weeks. They host the Christmas Day Top of the Pops that they're also number 1 on.
Oh, that's amazing.
Top of the Pops belongs to the Spice Girls.
We'd like to say a big thank you
you and Merry Christmas from all the Spice Girls.
Candlelight and so forever, a dream of you and me together. Say you believe it, say you believe it.
And that is less than a year since Jerry and Mel B are dancing on podiums.
It's mad. According to Jerry's autobiography, at this point, 10,000 people a week were joining the Spice Girls fan club. Were you in the Spice Girls fan club?
I think briefly.
There we go. You left. Why did you leave? Like,
I left when Jerry
when
left.
someone leaves the Labour Party over their policy on the two-child benefit cap, it's a similar thing, Susie.
I wrote to Rachel Reeves and told her I was leaving the Spice Girls fan club.
Unless you change your policy on girl power, I am leaving the Spice Girls fan club.
Exactly that.
December 1996, the band turned on the Oxford Street Christmas lights. They weren't even famous 6 months earlier.
It's huge.
The Spice Girls arrived in style just minutes ago to light up Oxford Street for the festive season. The band were in great humour, who wouldn't be with 2 number-1 hits, and fans joining their club at the rate of 10,000 a week.
But the moment that Mel B realises that they're famous is at the 19 management Christmas party in December, when Simon calls them into a wood-panelled room and gives them each a cheque for £200,000.
Wow. So what do you think? How do you think it works when you're in a band like that? Are they getting per diems?
Yeah, they must be on per diems. But maybe they were getting good amounts, but then it was like, and here's another 200 grand. I don't know.
Yeah, because per diems, for people that don't know, are your sort of daily allowance for your food and stuff.
Yeah, because I remember reading about Blur when they were on tour. They were either allowed £10 or an ecstasy pill, it was, or a tab of acid or something.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Per day. I mean, it depends which day, I suppose, what mood you're in.
Yeah.
Very different in Simon Fuller's oak-panelled office.
Yeah, which is also known as a sauna.
I could now take my friends out for meals, to bars, to parties. They'd come down to London and say, oh my God, £2 for a pint of lager. And I'd say, don't worry about it. Money is not an issue.
But I mean, there's so much in that sentence, isn't there? First of all, that does suggest that they don't have lots of money.
Yeah. So now, at this moment, she can pay £2 for a pint for her mum when her mum comes down to London. It's great because you think about Mel B looking in that window of the, what was it, the Renault Clio or whatever it was that she couldn't have. And now she's in London and she's spending that much money on
a pint.
On a pint, £2. £2 for a pint!
Imagine.
That was too much in those days.
It's insane.
The same month, they do an interview with the Spectator magazine in which they wade into British politics.
Wow.
I know. Did you know about that?
I don't know that I was reading The Spectator. Still not.
Were you reading The Spectator at the age of 10?
No, I wasn't across it, if I'm honest.
Well, we'll find out about that next time. Also, they meet Nelson Mandela and they make a movie. And they meet Prince Charles.
And Jerry pinches his bum.
Jerry pinches his bum. He's only fresh out of a divorce.
Well.
That is all next time.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it already.
That's it for part 2 of the Spice Girls. Coming up in part 3. Do you want to guess at what Jerry's labelled Emma and Mel B's politics?
That they're not interested.
Emma, apolitical, correct?
Yeah.
Mel B, complete anarchist. Yes. See, I told you. By this point, you're thinking Mel B is a fucking legend.
Yeah, I've met her. She is.
Have you? Where did you meet Mel B?
I was opening for Joe Lycett at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre and she came to the gig.
And what was she like?
Absolutely lovely.
Was she?
She came over to me and told me how funny I was. It was,
oh my
honestly,
word,
a great day. It was a great day.
And then she said, I'm just off to the shitter. Do you fancy carrying on this chat?
No, I said, I've heard about your piles. I'd rather not.
Remember, you can get all the episodes of this series right now at museumofpopculture.supportingcast.fm. But really, just clicking the thing on the show notes, it's a lot simpler.